Bom dia a todos. Para quem estava acompanhando a gente no canal do YouTube, a gente teve um probleminha técnico que já está resolvido. Então, nós vamos dar início novamente à apresentação da INFRASOLglobal.com, né? Apresentando, fazendo uma apresentação sobre planejamento de capital e gerenciamento de ativos de rodovias. E agora eu passo a palavra para o Neil Roberts, da empresa.
Thank you very much for the introduction. My name is Neil Roberts, and I'm the president of Infrastructure Solutions. About our company before we start with the presentation. Infrastructure Solutions is 50% civil engineers, 50% long-range financial planners, and our business has been to help agencies build long-range asset management and capital plans. In 2013, 2014, we were commissioned to write 60 asset management plans in Canada. And we were using software that simply didn't work for us. So in 2014, we started a search across the globe to look for better asset management and capital planning software. So we looked in Canada first, and we looked throughout the United States. I personally flew into the United States, to Australia, to England, looking at asset management and capital planning software, and came back after a year of search and many webinars and many exchanges with other companies to realize that there was nothing out there doing asset management and capital planning the way we wanted to do it. So we started building software at that point in time. So this has been a five-year plus exercise to build better asset management and capital planning software. And the fundamental premise for us was that we were looking at a number of factors that we wanted to see. And first and foremost, we wanted to see quality engineering in the software, because if you look under the hood of the software packages that are out there, that's one of the areas where there's the biggest deficit, that the engineering hasn't been done correctly. So that's, and the reality for us is that if you build an asset management plan without proper engineering, it's like building a house on sand. It just doesn't work. The other aspect of it is the analytical process to determine where you're going to get your best spend, how you should be allocating your money. And basically what we did at that point was we quickly dismissed prioritization as a sort of let's say a historical obsolete methodology for doing analysis. We looked at cost benefit analysis, and we thought that it was good for maybe a year, but if you're looking for 5 years, 10 years or longer in your asset management planning, it simply didn't work. It wasn't able to handle the variables and the complexities of the analysis. So what we turned to was 10 years of research at the University of Waterloo in Canada, where they studied optimization algorithms. And Rusbe, who's giving the presentation today, that's where he got his doctorate with a specialty in optimization algorithms. And so he'll be giving the presentation. Any questions that you have on engineering or on the mathematics behind our analytical process, you can direct to him. The final consideration for us is that a significant portion of the decision-making process has to do with not just the highest financial return on investment, but the socioeconomic factors driving the decision-making process. And so with that, we built into the software the capability of including community benefit, or let's say population benefits, the socioeconomic factors into this decision-making process. And finally, in order for a plan to be effective, it has to be both fully defensible and implementable. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to build a tool that gave you the visuals so that it was easy for you to present to your stakeholders and to your decision makers the justification for the plan that we've created. And so I think that what you'll see here is a product that is unique. What we're certainly hearing from the governments that are choosing to use our services is that there's nothing as a comparable in the marketplace. And what they're doing is they're choosing to sole source the software as opposed to having to go out and do comparables, because they simply haven't found anything quite like it. And so I don't want to oversell this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Rusbe. He can walk you through the software, and you can decide for yourself whether we built something that's truly unique or not. So Rusbe, if you could take it from there.
Perfect. Thank you, Neil. Hello, everyone. It's Rusbe Rashedi, and the presentation today would be a high-level overview of decision optimization technology and what kind of benefits it provides for better capital planning and asset management. Now, the software itself was designed based on direct input by public agencies who were directly involved in managing infrastructure assets, roads, bridges, water, wastewater systems, and so on. So it's a very practical tool because it was built by the input directly from the user. The main goal behind building the software was to provide users at different levels of skills without any complexities or difficulties the ability to perform high-end and true optimization analytics. So for you to get the best possible solution through an easy-to-use, easy-to-understand interface. So one of the key things about the software is its ease of use. It can be used by high-level management to communicate strategies with council or other stakeholders. It can also be used by engineers or operation and construction people to look at detailed plans. The flow of the software is very logical. The first two sections of the software, they are designed to help you with visualization of your data and communication of your data with different stakeholders. So the first two sections help you with your communication strategy. Next section, inventory, gives you ability to manage your data. So this is where I look at different information and I can update and maintain information and data across a wide range of asset types. Analysis is where you run your optimizations and scenarios, look at different cases, and then you generate your reports from the report page. Settings give you a lot of customization capabilities. For your unique requirements, I can go to the settings and customize the software to make sure it reflects your requirements. And the admin page, these are all the basic requirements in terms of creating users, giving access to different users, and so on and so forth. Now, the software itself is also designed as a centralized, comprehensive, all-asset solution. We are not only looking at transportation and roads, but we look at a wide range of asset types. We started by transportation and roads going back 6 years ago, and then we extended the functionality to other asset types. We spent a lot of time to make sure that the engineering and the models in the software are good and accurate and reliable. And that's why it takes us probably 3 or 4 years to cover all of these asset types. But with the current version of the software, you can look at transportation, roads, and the rest of the assets here: water, wastewater, stormwater, sewer lines, treatment plants. You can look at the structures, bridges, structural culverts, and a wide range of other asset types. For the sake of time today, I'm going to be focused on roads, and we're going to also look at bridges as well. Now, the first section in the software is a dashboard overview. This page, we call it Network Overview. It's a fully customizable dashboard showing the current state of your assets. What is my network overall condition? In this example, I'm looking at my road network, overall condition of 62. This is based on a pavement condition index, PCI. But if you use a different index, the system is fully customizable. We have clients that work with Pacer rating. We have clients that work with roughness, IRR. Some of them use even age-based analysis. Depending on what you use, the system is fully customizable. I can create a range of other charts looking at the breakdown of my network, what percentage of roads are in different condition states. I can flip the charts and look at the actual mileages. These states, their definitions, their color codes, again, all of that is again customizable with the software if you wanted to adjust them. If I want to look at another asset type, let's say bridges, I simply go and switch back to a different asset types, and now I can see an overall dashboard for my bridges in this case. This is based on a health index, NBI health index rating for the overall network. This is the breakdown of all of my elements. This is a statewide example here. And then down here, you can see breakdown by different major groups, substructure, decks, superstructures, and so on and so forth. But when we get to bridges, you will see that not only I can look at my entire bridge network, I can drill down and look into different bridge elements as well. So you can have a system-wide or a bridge level analysis. Let's switch back to roads and continue with the rest of the sections. Now, GIS view, this is where you can look at a map-centric visualization of your data. So I can look at these maps. The maps can also be color-coded. So again, it will help me to visualize my data. And also directly from the map, I can go and access information as well. So as you can see, I can zoom in into a specific area, look at any of my segments, click on those segments, and then directly from the software, you can have access to all the information and attribute attached to this particular section. What is its condition? What is the type, surface type, hot mix section? If I have information about length, area, roadside environment, all of that is directly accessible from this page. So Network GIS view gives you map-based, GIS-based visualization of all of your data, and you can look at a wide range of other information as well if you want to. Now, moving forward, if I go to the data repository section, in data repository, this is where I can have access to all of my my assets. So this is a data management section in the software, a customizable table. I can go and let's say access data based on any information. If I only want to look at the hot mix asphalt sections, I can filter that. I can say minor arterial. Directly from here, you can filter your data and have access, look at condition, criticality, and risk information as well about your networks. So directly from this page, you can also go and access your data and edit information. So if I click on edit, I have access to a detailed section about the attributes for different assets. As you can see, a lot of information can be stored in the software about the attributes. What type of roads is this? Is this a residential or commercial or industrial areas? And a lot of other factors that can be fully customized. We can also look at all the condition information, historical condition data for this particular road. What I should mention is that you don't need to have all of these information available. The system is designed to be able to work with a small amount of information. It still gives you reliable and good results and give you a consistent method to compare your strategies. But if you have more information, you have more flexibility to look at your results. Now, the next two sections is validating your data. The system constantly validates, and there are many different ways that we can communicate with the software. So in terms of loading the information into the software, you have a wide range of options from Excel files to Esri, integration, shapefile imports, and so on and so forth. Now, the next section is the analysis section. One thing about the analysis and where you create your scenarios is that you have a lot of options for every single scenario. Gives you a lot of flexibility to check different strategy, different budgets, different policies, and so on. But the inputs and setup is very easy. There is no need for complex modeling or anything like that. Although it's very powerful, at the same time, it's very simple. If I go to the optimization, as you can see, I have options, but there is no need to do any complex modeling. Two main concepts. Standard optimization, you have a budget. Let's say you have $5 million over the next 10 years. I can do a 10-year, I can do a 25-year or 30-year or 50-year, shorter term or longer term planning. The system under a standard tells you what is the best way of allocating your budget, spending your available money to achieve all of your objectives and criteria. If you want to improve performance, you want to manage risk, you want to make sure you have enough serviceability to your road users, all of that will be satisfied at best possible capacity. Target, you look at the problem from a different perspective. Rather than specifying a budget, you tell the system where you want to be. I want to improve my network condition from 65 to 75 by the end of the plan. How much investment is required? If you want to answer the question of how much money you need, then you use target optimization. And it tells you exactly how to spend your money and what is the minimum cost of getting to your targets. You can look at a wide range of other things, what treatment options you want to work with, what repairs you have, full depth repairs, overlay. If something is not available, simply uncheck that. You want to update your cost directly from here, I can go and change my unit cost. You want to apply an inflation factor individually, you can do it from here as well. You can look at detailed performance for the arterial roads with high traffic. I want to see a specific performance, level of service. All of that will be set here and satisfied as part of the optimization analysis. And a wide range of other things. I can look at my criticality settings. Is rural areas, urban areas more important as compared to rural areas? As traffic is growing, I want to put more emphasis on those roads with higher traffic. You can set your policy here. Not only that, but I can also look at other stakeholders. I have a strategic plan, and that's very important to me in this scenario. So I can go and set this for a wide range of factors. And of course, budget gives you the ability to specify a budget. Let's say I have $10 million annual budget. I can set that here, and then I can have different ranges of budget. I also have, let's say, a $1 million with a 5% growth of routine maintenance operational budget. I can set that all in the software. That's how you create your scenarios. Then you run your optimization analysis from here. Optimization is very fast. One of the advantages of the software is, and one of the things that we did was to improve the performance of optimization significantly, and you can see results within minutes for very large size networks. You don't need to have a highly powerful internet, highly powerful computer. The system works as a light interface, does the analysis for you with the backend servers, and then you get the results. So it's very easy to use, very fast, and doesn't need a sophisticated setup in terms of your internet access or laptop or things like that. As far as you have a normal system, you can work with this tool. Now I can go and look at different scenarios and compare them, different levels of investment, how my performance changes over time under these two cases. I can go down and see how deficit is changing. This case shows a much higher deficit under a lower investment. Different levels of investments that I can look at. Down here, I can see what type of treatments are being used over time. Further down, here I can see network distribution. What percentage of my roads are in poor, fair, good, and excellent condition? How this changes over time as part of this analysis as compared to the other one. So a wide range of outputs are being presented here, what kind of treatments are being used. And then, of course, I can go to the capital plan and look at the details. So result page is an output that compares your scenarios. So you see from a high-level perspective, what is the impact on your decisions over a long term if you increase your investments, decrease your investments, change your policies, and so on. In this section, I can visually compare different scenarios and see what is the impact of my strategies again. So in this particular example, I'm looking at a particular scenario, a target scenario, and I can compare it with itself or with another scenario and see how the performance is changing. So as you can see here, I can navigate through different years. This is 2019, this is 2020. How many roads will be in poor condition? How many will be improved? And then this was a target optimization. So if I go to the end of the plan, as you can see from here, I get to here. And the question was, what kind of investment is required? So you can see, very powerful comparison communication tool, map-centric as well. I can also look at risk aspects of my analysis, and I will show you some examples of that too, but you can see how risk is actually changing over time, what assets are in high and extreme risk areas, and you can manage that. And I will show you some examples of risk as well. Now, if I go to the capital plan, this is where I will look at detailed plans in terms of what are the recommended treatments, what are the applied treatments. So I can zoom into different areas of my network. This section, this entire road is selected. I can look at that and then see what is the applied treatment, what is the budgeted cost. All of these information can be shown and look at in the software. I can go through different years of my plans and again look at different upcoming treatments, different results, look at the selections, look at the applied treatment. This one is an overlay. I can even drill deeper, look at this particular road, see what is its performance over time when the treatment is being applied, what is the cost. Detailed information can be extracted from the software in this section on a year-by-year basis. And if I want to have a tabular view, I will go there. And again, I can see all of the applied treatments, all of the costs on a year-by-year basis. That's where you can access your results as well. Now, if you go to the report section of the software, pretty much everything that I showed you can be exported into different report formats, and you can export all of those reports directly from software. So I will show some of the examples of the reports. As you can see, the overall condition of your network. You can look at the condition breakdown, all of the charts that you generate in the software, and you can really go and export all of this into different files, PDF, Excel, Word documents, directly from the software. I mean, this is one of the examples, what kind of settings I have here, different treatments that I use. All of these can be generated and exported from the software, results of scenarios, what kind of performance results I guess. These are all created and generated by the software and can be exported there. Now, I will now go back and also show you some examples of how we use the software to analyze bridges. Let me actually open a new section here. Now, if I switch back and look at bridges, you have the same kind of functionality when you're looking at a bridge network, but you can actually go deeper and look at other aspects of your bridge network as well. So this is a statewide network, very large size network. We have over 5,000 bridges, over 30,000 elements analyzing in this network. And you can basically analyze your bridge network directly from here. Switch back to my condition map. And from here, I can look at the condition of my bridge network. So you drill down into different sections. Let's say I want to look at this particular bridge. I will change my base map to here. Let's zoom into this particular area and look at this bridge. What you can do on the bridge side is not only looking at your entire bridge network, but drill down and look at all the elements associated with the bridge. So this is my overall bridge condition, risk and criticality of the bridge. And this is the data of all the other elements on this bridge. So the deck is in good condition, but the concrete arches on this bridge are in poor condition, need more attention. Also, the reinforced concrete pier caps are in fair condition. So the system gives you the ability to look at a high-level bridge and then drill down and look at all the attributes and all the information associated with these attributes for this particular bridge. And I can drill down and look at the details there. Again, if I click on edit, I will look at all of these attributes around my bridges. And as you can see, these are different information associated with that. And condition data, in the case of bridges, you can see I'm collecting more information. A different methodology here based on NBI, a different set of ratings. I can even go directly from here to the map location of this bridge if I want to, and have a direct street views as well, and look at some of the conditions as well if required directly from the map. So this section from the bridge gives you an element classification, detailed element settings to come and analyze your bridges, right? So that's one of the key aspects of analyzing your bridges. Now, if I go to my inventory, the same idea applies. You can look at the entire network and manage your bridge data directly from here. That's where you look at your information and go drill down, try to access your data. If you want to update anything, if you want to add repair histories, all of that will be set here. Because I refreshed the system, and the first time I'm grabbing, it actually grabbed from a refreshed grab of 30,000 records. This is over 1.7 million records that it grabbed. So this is why it took probably 10 seconds to do it. So very fast, very optimized system. I'm working with a very large size network here, closer to 2 million records on the bridge side. Now, directly from here, if I want to, let's say, look at a particular group element, okay? If I want to look at my, let's say, joints or concrete decks, all of that, I can simply go again and filter from here and go and look at that subset of my data. Again, it gives you the ability to do that. Going in the analysis section, we can do system-wide analysis. This is for the entire state of Iowa in United States. Their entire bridge network, 5,000 bridges, over 30,000 elements, system-wide analysis for 10 years. We did that for them in 15 minutes, which is the result of this scenario. In 15 minutes, we're analyzing it. They used to send a request and get their result back within a couple of days. And they were not also still satisfied in those results. However, when we produce results for them, they really like the output of the software. Or I can, from here, from this very wide analysis, I can go and look at a single bridge, just a single bridge. I want to see what is their treatment, what is the service life. I can do that with the software, or look at a district, for example. So if I want to look at the area of my analysis, I can also do that with the software here to look at a particular area. If we go to the results, again, you will see different results depending on what you're analyzing. The overall performance of the network, the level of investment. These are different cases, of course. As a system-wide is a much different case compared to a single bridge case and so on. But again, these are examples of how you can compare your scenarios on the bridge side. So if I go to my capital plan and show you an example of a district. So I have a data for the entire state, which is the entire state over here. But in this example, I'm only looking at District 6, which is here. So a subset of my data, I'm only looking at that district. Drill down, again, looking at some of these examples, selecting the bridge, and you can see what elements of the bridge are selected in what year. So 2020, I'm basically doing a seal concrete on my abutment here, and there is also a joint replacement, a clean joints basically. So it looks at both maintenance activities, and capital plan gives you all the details that needs to be done for this particular bridge over its service life. Again, showing you how the system works and how I can produce a plan for all of my bridges. And I can look at the next year and see what kind of projects are coming up and so on and so forth. These are some of the examples of how we can use the software to analyze bridges and analyze roads. So the same kind of a functionality, again, is applicable across all the rest of your asset types. And again, you can use this system to analyze a wide range of possibilities, a wide range of assets. So hopefully this gave you a good idea about how the software works, kind of a high-level overview of its functionality. Again, you can manage large-size networks. You can look at different areas, different zones, and run the analysis across a wide range of asset types. For each of these asset types, the system is designed and can be customizable, so it addresses the unique features, the unique requirements for those asset types as well. So with that, I'm going to pass it back to Neil and the session organizer. And if you have any questions about software, we will be more than happy to answer those questions.
Bruce Bay?
Yep.
Could you just take a moment and talk about their ability to, let's say, adjust their degradation curves and that sort of thing to meet their expectations? Sure. Okay, good.
Now, if you want to customize anything in the software, this question actually has to do with the settings page. If I want to customize anything in the software, I will go to the settings page, and you can customize a wide range of things. I can customize my attributes. If I want to change their units, I want to add new ones. Condition index, as I said, you want to change your definitions, you want to change your ranges, even the color codes, all of that can be set in the software. Criticality, what kind of attributes you want to work with. Traffic, you want to change your traffic ranges. This is the customization page of the software. Now, in terms of degradation curves, the system comes with a comprehensive list of default settings. For roads, it's over 60 different degradation curves. But if you want to define your own curves, your own classes, you can simply go here And from this section, I can go and work with different types of degradation curves. It's not one curve. You can have a large number of degradation curves. This one is based on the surface type, based on if it is rural or urban, traffic level. A different degradation curve is applied. You have different types of models that you can also use here. Depending on your analysis, you can convey and set these kind of information in the software. You can also go back and change your treatments. As you can see, a very comprehensive list. If you want to add your own treatments, edit any of these treatments, you can do all of that directly from this page. So I can click on edit and go and update a wide range of informations about my treatment. Even price index and historical price, all of that can be set here for replacement cost calculations and so on. So this section gives you the ability to do these sort of customizations. Again, I can come here, look at different classes of roads, and look at different types of degradations.
I will turn it, if you have questions, maybe we could...
Wait a minute. Not yet.
No questions? Good job then, Rizbe. Do you have questions? It's very good. They want us to send contracts. I think a lot of the things that they're seeing here, they actually do fairly manually still, right? Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah.
There's a lot of manual processes.
Tem muito trabalho manual para colocar os dados.
Right.
Yeah.
And so,
eu acho que é o ponto principal, né? Alimentar esse sistema, né?
Vocês precisam ter os dados para alimentar isso e aí ele vai fazer todas as soluções possíveis de acordo com as necessidades.
Nós estamos iniciando um trabalho agora, né? Que é o levantamento das condições, né? Toda a rede, né? Rodoviária. E eu tenho quase certeza que esses dados que são os que vão ser inseridos ali.
What they need is they're collecting the data now.
Yes.
From the roads, different roads
yes.
in the state.
Condition assessment.
Condition assessments, and so that they can have the data to provide you, so that you can load the system.
Yes.
And once you have the data, then the system can give you the answers.
And what is the methodology by which you're collecting the data?
Qual é a metodologia que vocês estão usando para captar essas informações?
Nós estamos levantando a questão da base, subbase, que é o FWD, né? Que é um sistema.
FWD, it's a system, the base, the layers.
Right.
São as camadas.
IRI.
IRI, I-R-E.
IRE?
IRI.
IRI.
Yeah, it's an international roughness index. We can set it up based on that. That's fine.
Yes.
Right. So you have people or trucks. You have trucks driving around.
Vocês têm caminhões que passam e inspecionam essas
Isso, são
estradas.
equipamentos especiais que fazem todo o levantamento.
So they have electronic
fugiu o
equipment.
código daquele novo.
Ahead.
Right.
They have different machines that collect the data. So
Internally, do they do it themselves or they use it?
vocês mesmo que fazem ou vem uma companhia fazer?
Empresas contratadas.
They're hired. They have hired companies that do this.
Diamond test.
Qual é a companhia?
Acabou foi a semana passada que a empresa ganhou a licitação que vai fazer a INGFOTO.
INFRASOL. É uma companhia brasileira.
Especializada.
It's a specialized Brazilian company that specializes in collecting that data.
Sure. We can use any system, and so in Canada, North America, you have companies everywhere that collect data, and so whether it's the trucks and LiDAR or whatever the methodology is to count the cracks. And yes, then we bring the information, whatever information you collect, we can bring it into the system. And for us, sometimes is better to...
Hoje nós já temos o levantamento superficial, que é esse que ele está comentando.
They have a first study collection of data. Now they want to do a
Cada 20 metros.
Right.
Every 20 meters they have.
Cada 20 metros a gente tem uma foto, né? E é plotado isso no mapa.
There's a picture.
Você consegue ir lá
Put in the map. Yes. On the map. Yep. So you can integrate this map in the software.
O problema é que a gente não tem uma solução para ajudar a gente na análise. Então a gente tem os dados, mas a análise ainda é manual.
They have the data, but they don't have a solution to help them to analyze all this data.
Well, so this is perfect.
E aquilo que vocês viram nos mapas, que faz os coloridos, as seções.
Eu acho que esse sistema faz o filtro do nosso trabalho.
Exatamente.
Ou seja, ele já plota no mapa como é que está a malha, né? Ou seja, aquilo que está pior, e ele deve ajudar na análise da tomada de decisão, por exemplo, de aonde é melhor investir.
Então, por exemplo, as suas estradas estão, vamos dizer, na condição número 60% boas. Vocês querem subir nos próximos 5 anos para 80%. Então, ele vai dizer quais vocês têm que, por cor, quer dizer, uma forma muito fácil de ser visualizada, quais trechos têm que ser trabalhados, melhorados, para atingir uma condição de 80% com um investimento de 1 milhão, 10 mil, o que for, budget que tiver. Né? Então, ele vai dar a melhor solução para atingir essas condições. E aí você ainda fala assim, a minha prioridade é a área comercial, a minha prioridade é a área residencial.
Diminuição de acidentes, que é um foco nosso.
Aonde tem muito acidente na estrada. Então, você pode customizar o software o que é importante para você. Porque para você é importante o acidente, para outra cidade é importante o hospital, para mim é importante a comunidade. Então, você pode ajustar isso de uma forma simples, né? Não precisa ser uma pessoa super técnica para saber fazer a conta por uma planilha. É simples, é botãozinho que mexe assim.
Maravilha, é muito prático.
Não, e o importante é que os dados a gente tem, o que é o mais difícil, né?
They have the data. So that's the
são 10 mil quilômetros a nossa.
Pessoal, posso entrar na conversa?
10,000 kilometers.
Porque tinha escutando.
We would suggest that. They give you a segment and you can do an analysis too.
This is the fastest way for us because we can tell you all wonderful things about the software, but you want to see with your own network.
Practically
With your own network. So either you give us the 10,000 roads and we load it, or some section of it and we load it into the software, and then we call you and we show you what it looks like. And then also we can talk about how you set it up so that you get exactly what you want, which is more attention to the roads that are heavy usage.
Se vocês fornecerem os dados, ele pode fazer uma simulação, uma prova, para vocês verem como é que funciona na realidade. Entendeu? Porque não adianta ele ficar falando quanto maravilhoso se vocês não têm uma visão prática do negócio. Então, vamos dizer, é uma amostrinha grátis, né? Pode dar todas as estradas, ou pode dar um setor, um segmento, ou daqui até a fronteira com Santa Catarina, a fronteira com São Paulo, um trecho, né? E dizer, eu quero aplicar nesse trecho, o que eu preciso nesse trecho. Ele vai fazer uma simulação e vai mostrar como o software pode ajudar vocês a chegarem no objetivo, atingirem o objetivo que vocês
Paulo queria a palavra, mas
não, Paulo tá aberto. Paulo!
Oi.
Tá ouvindo a gente, né?
Estou ouvindo. Eu só queria fazer um comentário exatamente isso que foi falado agora, tá? Dessa amostra, se vocês fornecerem alguns dados, tá? Eu posso mandar novamente, aí só me diga para quem que a gente manda essa planilha, para vocês preencherem com alguns dados, para vocês verem o resultado, se realmente interessa para vocês. Porque é muito fácil, como o Neil próprio falou ali, né? É muito fácil dizer que o software é uma maravilha, né? Sem você saber o resultado da tua própria rede de rodovias. Né? Então, essa é a parte importante do que o Nil veio oferecer para vocês aí, né? Não está pedindo assinar contrato, nada, só que vocês forneçam alguns dados, pode pegar de alguma determinada regional aí, né? E fornecer dentro dessa planilha, só me indique com quem que vocês querem que eu envie essa planilha, que a gente envia, e daí vocês preenchem essa planilha, encaminham para a gente, e a gente encaminha para vocês os resultados, que é bastante rápido de fazer essa transição, e daí não vai ter problema nenhum.
Eu até, Paulo, eu acho muito importante você mandar essa planilha, porque a gente pode também ver quais os tipos de dados que o software está pedindo, né?
Exatamente. Então, se você puder, é o Plínio que está falando, Plínio?
Sou eu, Paulo.
Viu, Plínio? Você me manda um e-mail, tá? Ou me manda ali pela Fran, que a Fran tem o meu contato, né? Daí você me passa o contato, veja como fica mais fácil, né? Para que a gente possa viabilizar isso aí, que é a parte mais importante disso aí, para vocês se sentirem. E amanhã ou depois, se tiver interesse, vocês podem pensar em exigir ou solicitar numa licitação esse tipo de informação, entendeu? Sabendo já que vai ter um resultado que vai resolver. Porque eu conversei muito com o Rafael, aí o Teixeira, e ele me falou que vocês têm fotos, vocês têm filmagem de todo o trecho, mas vocês não sabem como produzir um final de...
Mas pode dizer que é o Rafael.
Every 20 meters.
Viu, Paulo? O contato é o Rafael mesmo. Rafael Teixeira e o Alexandre, que é o diretor de operações.
Eles já têm essa planilha, já faz uns 3 meses que eles estão com essa planilha, sabe? Não sei se eles estão tendo alguma dificuldade para preencher, mas de qualquer maneira, eu vou aguardar então o preenchimento dessa planilha.
Eu vou fazer o seguinte, Paulo, é o Plínio que está falando. Eu vou falar com o Rafael já, porque pode ser que ele esteja ligado em outros assuntos, eu vou pedir para ele dar uma prioridade na planilha agora.
Ótimo, daí você me informa daí como é que está essa situação, que a gente tem que viabilizar isso o mais rápido possível.
Combinado.
Pessoal, eu só gostaria de pedir desculpa que eu tenho que sair, que eu tenho uma outra reunião agora, tá? Mas eu gostaria de agradecer a atenção que vocês deram para o Nil, tá? E se precisarem de alguma informação, estamos aqui no Canadá, aproveitando ontem nevou o dia inteiro, tá bem branquinha as ruas.
Tá bom, Paulo, um abraço para você.
Muito obrigado. Bye, Nil.
Bye, Paulo.
Aqui vocês trabalham com concessionárias também?
Sim.
CCR?
Sim, eu venho da CCR.
Ah, você é da CCR.
Agora eu estou no...
He used to work for CCR, so they have concessionaries working. É tudo por concessionária no estado? É todo o trabalho?
Não. São alguns trechos concessionados, são 2.000 quilômetros.
We have 2,000 kilometers that are given to concessionaries.
Right.
E o resto é privado, privado não, é do Estado, a responsabilidade do Estado.
É a DR que faz a gestão.
So, the remaining 8,000 kilometers, the maintenance is done by the state.
Eu trabalhei no grupo CCR, fazendo esse trabalho, inclusive, 20 anos.
So, he worked for CCR during 20 years.
Right.
Then he moved here. He was brought here to work with the state. But he did exactly this kind of analysis and loading data and to improve the roads.
Ainda estamos ouvindo, né? Não.
Estamos.
Ainda estamos ouvindo.
Sim. Roosevelt is here.
Roosevelt is still there. Yes. Do you have questions of Roosevelt?
No.
Roosevelt?
Yes.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I think there are no further questions at this point.
Okay.
I'm going to encourage them to give us some data to load into our system to show them their own data and what they can do with it.
Okay, sounds good to me. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the demo. I have to leave, and don't forget we have a RFP presentation in 20 minutes, roughly.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.